Welcome back to my channel, Loving Your Life with Mama D. And today we're going to be making meatloaf from turkey meat. I started off with a few chopped peppers. I used the yellow and orange because I think they look so much better in turkey meatloaf because turkey meat kind of stays light. If you use beef, it's going to be darker and you can use the green peppers. I added 1 package of the Lipton's onion soup. You don't have to necessarily use Lipton's brand, but any of the packaged Lipton soup will do. Okay, you want to get that stirred in real good. And once you have that incorporated, go ahead and add in some spice. I used the Slap Your Mama, but it is a little spicy, so you can eliminate that. And then I did use a little Himalayan seasoned salt. I probably should have cut back a little bit on the salt, but I know that the turkey meat is a little more bland, and I usually kind of pump it up with garlic and different seasoning salts. I used 2 eggs because these eggs were smaller, and if you have large eggs, which are pretty hard to find nowadays, you can just use 1 egg. Then I came back with a little more garlic seasoning because I just love garlic so much. And then I had another garlic season with a little lime kick to it. So I added that too. Now you want to get all those ingredients whipped up really, really good. And then you're going to add your panko, or if you don't have panko, you can always use just some regular breadcrumbs, or crackers will do, or whatever you want to use as a binder. Now go ahead and mix that up really good. It should be really, really thick because this is all your seasonings and flavors are all in this mix right here. You see how thick that is? It's all combined. Now I took one of those really large packages of turkey meat, but I used like 2/3 of the package, and the other third I'll save for later on in the week because my husband does love turkey burgers, and I can make a white chicken chili and some other things like that with it. So now you want to go ahead and get that meat mixed into all that thick paste that you had made, and just get it combined really good. If you have any large chunks of peppers like I did, you just want to kind of break them up because you don't want the pieces to be too large. And I did see a couple of really large pieces. It's not going to really matter that much, but you don't want someone to really bite into a whole big long pepper. So I broke them up a little bit. Now go ahead and keep that mix going. Mix it up really good because you want everything combined. You want the flavors to be even throughout. And if it's too wet, you want to go back and add a little bit more breadcrumb because that's the thing that's going to hold it together. You don't want your turkey meat to fall apart because the turkey meat is very tender. And once you get it combined, if you get a nice consistency, it will hold together as a nice meatloaf. Now, once you have that meatloaf mixed up really good, you want to go ahead and add it into your casserole dish. I use a casserole dish that has a lid to it so that I can cover it and it will cook a lot faster with the cover. Once you get all the meatloaf into the pan, you want to take a wooden spoon and just begin to pat it down. This kind, you can do it with your hands, but turkey meat is very, very sticky. So I just pat it down with a wooden spoon, and I shape it also with the wooden spoon until I get the shape that I want, the height that I want, and get it nice and combined. So go ahead and just keep on building it up, get it away from the edges. You want to keep it into like a loaf, nice loaf. So build it up, pat it down, build it up, and pat it down. Now that's starting to look really, really good. Got it away from the sides. It's pat down pretty good. You probably should not have any separations on the inside at this point. Go ahead and put the cover on and get ready to put it in the oven. You can cook it at about 350, 375, depending on your oven. And you want to cook it for about an hour to hour and a half, but keep your eye on it because all stoves are a little bit different. Okay, the timer went off after an hour and a half, and here's the meatloaf. It's going to be a lighter color. It is cooked all the way through. And now I'm going to make a gravy. So I put about 2 tablespoons of plant-based butter in a skillet. I cut up just about a fourth of an onion. This was a large onion, so you can use a half an onion if it's a medium size. And I just began to cook it down, caramelize it, and get ready to add about a tablespoon of flour. And you want to just keep on cooking it until it gets a nice kind of a light brown color. You don't want it to be dark brown because remember, your meat is light color. Now this is probably going to take about 4 to 5 minutes to get your color that you want. And then you want to add probably about another cup, a little over a cup of water, maybe a cup and a half to even 2 cups, depending on how much you make. And then you want to just go ahead and let that cook and put a top on it and just let it simmer. I wanted to just cut into the meatloaf. I wanted you to see how nice and thick it was, how nicely combined it is, how the breadcrumbs really hold it together. See how light the meat is, and I had to eat that little piece, yeah. And now that your gravy is boiling, keep an eye on it. You want to cook it down to a nice thickness, but you don't want it to get too thick because you're going to add it onto the top of your meatloaf. And once it starts to cool down a little bit, it's going to thicken up some more. But that's going to make like a very nice gravy and give it a little extra flavor. And it is beautiful. Now there she is, all plated up. Meatloaf, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, and broccoli. And remember, it's your life. Love it and make the best of it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment.